What's up, everybody? I hope everybody had a great weekend. But have you ever had one of them weekends that you're at home and you just can't wait to get back to work so you can relax a little bit? That was my weekend. If you've had one of them weekends, drop me a comment below and let me know about it. All right, we are working on a 13 Volkswagen CC, I believe it's called. What happened was this car hadn't been on the road since 2021. They brought it to the dealer because it wouldn't run. There was a recall on the fuel module, I think it was. So the dealership did the recall on the module. They called the customer up and they said, come pick your car up. Went to pick the car up, got in it, went to drive away, wouldn't get out of the parking lot. So we got a price on the dealership, and I'm not gonna say what dealer it was, but basically it's about $2,500 to $2,600 worth of repairs. They were gonna charge them everything from new brake system to new intakes, plugs, cold packs, just everything you could think of. So the guy gave me a call. He was telling me that he was referred to me by another customer. Could I look at the car? I said, sure, bring it on in. So we got it towed in. And let me show you what I found off the get-go. So I got in the car to start it up, and let me show you what was going on. Starting fine, put in gear, and it just would not idle. I could force it idle by giving it the gas, but put it in reverse to go anywhere. I'm giving it the gas, I'm in reverse, it's just not going anywhere. So when I raised the hood, I noticed that immediately that the oil cap was sitting like this in the car. And you know these Volkswagens and a lot of foreign cars that if you take your oil cap off the car, it won't run worth a crap. It's something to do with the vacuum on the inside. I'm not 100% sure how it works, but I reinstalled the cap. And let me show you how much better it runs with the cap on there. Now we still have a little bit of issues with it, but it's not like it was. I actually took it out on a test drive on the highway, and before I couldn't even get a test drive going. Immediately I can give it RPMs. Idle is about 900, which is good. I can go reverse, not cutting off on me, go forward, not cutting off on me. Much better on that running condition. I think what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna get my scanner hooked up. I'm gonna clear all the codes. I'm gonna restart the car, drive it, and let's see if it has any hard codes. And a hard code is one that comes back immediately. And when that happens, normally that's definitely the direction you want to start in. So let me go ahead and get that done, and once I get everything hooked back up, I'll get back with you. All right, so we're out on our little test drive here. I cleared all the codes. It took me a few minutes to get the correct engine code in the car, and you know it was made in Germany, so the computer is some of the functions it says not going to work correctly. But I figured at this point I got it cleared. Let me get the seatbelt on. Definitely got plenty of power. That's one thing we're not lacking. Seatbelt won't stay engaged.
There is no phone connected. Main menu.
Well, we're not trying to connect the phone.
Possible commands are dial number, redial.
Shit up.
Or further options. You can also say call.
Stop.
The name of a contact.
Cut off. Shut up.
For example,
please
call
be
John
quiet.
Smith at home.
All right, let's take this.
Further commands, say help.
Let's take this thing up on the interstate and let's see what we got.
There is no phone connected.
Let's see, temperature looks good. Engine, it is not much gas left in the gas gauge. We're not going too far. I can hear the brakes grinding. I definitely need to pull the rear and check them out for the guy, especially since this thing hasn't been on the road since 2021. So the dealership did recommend a set of plugs. I'm gonna go ahead and check at least one of them. Because they recommended it, I don't wanna not check it, just in case it needs it. Oh shit, that's hot. I think they broke it. That's what it looks like to me. These are all broke off, so it's like they broke it or something. Must be brittle. There we go. Yeah, it is hot.
Maybe 1 year, it's or on you, I would say some of the place being copper and repair. I just work there, sure. I will live outside of the living and both on, you know, better said, you're it never.
So the spark plugs are definitely toast. If you look right here, you can see all the buildup on it. So we're definitely going to recommend a set of plugs. So I got the plugs on order, and one thing about VW is the way they design their shit, most of it really looks confusing, but like for their plugs and stuff, it's really easy. It's just you pop up the coil packs. They're not even screwed in, they're just sitting in there. And pull them out, and you don't have to worry about if you mix them up or anything. I do normally try to put them back in order, like as they came out. But like for the firing order, I mean, they just plug in. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. We're gonna go ahead and get these out. If you're not used to using electric ratchets and stuff, I wouldn't recommend doing them on plugs. But I've been doing it for so long now, it's just like second nature. Look at that one.
Oh, and everywhere. It's too glad with that bad.
After talking to the customer about his oil, it's been running so bad lately. If you look at it, it's black, and it's actually got a little bit of gas in it. All right, we just got the plugs in, and they're an NGK. The plugs are supposed to be gapped, I think, right at, when I looked it up, it was 32 thousandths, I believe it was. So the first thing I like to do is go ahead and gap all the plugs first. Have them all sitting out ready to go. I had good luck with NGK in the past. They're not a sponsor of the video, I'm just using their plugs. Good to go. All right, all four are at 32 thousandths. Let's go ahead and get it on the car. When I'm working on plugs like this, I go ahead and make sure you hand tighten them first. When you get to that point, make sure you stay square on it. I have seen people literally crack a plug because when they had extension on it and they were yoking like this down on it, it cocked like this and it cracked the plug. And get it good and tight, or good and snug. Don't over torque it. Good trick is if you take your finger, 2 fingers, and you put it around the extension and put it inside the hole, it kind of keeps it center, so you don't have to worry about it going all over the place like this. That's your pro tip for the day, right? Let's go ahead and do the coil packs on. Again, this is the order they came off. So when you put the connector back on, make sure you hear it snap and pull a little tug back like this just to verify it's on there so we don't have any issues. Got the oil cap on there. Oil's in the car, and we check it right quick. Nice and clean, good to go. So let me tell you where I'm at with the Volkswagen. Yesterday, after I finished changing the oil, I hopped in the car. I was going to take it, go put some gas in it, take it for the test drive, figured I'd be all done. I noticed the check engine light started flashing a little bit. So I threw my scanner on it, and the number 3 cylinder was misfired. Let me show you what I found out. So I hooked the scope to it, and let me show you what we're doing. I'm going to do a signature test, and we're going to go down to the 3rd coil pack, which is this one right here, because the number 3 that's misfiring. And I went to the control wire, and that's the wire coming from the computer to the coil. It tells it, turns it on, tells it when to fire. So let me show you what it's supposed to look like. This is what a wave pattern is supposed to look like. Like I say, it's down here, it's commanded, it ramps it up, goes across, and it fires. And it all happens in milliseconds. So if you look at this one here, look, it goes here, it ramps up, it goes here, and it doesn't fire all the way, it just kind of draws itself out. I'm going to hook it to a good one so you can see what a good pattern should look like. So I stuck it on the number 4 cylinder, and this is from the computer. Like I was saying, what happens is it ramps it up, goes across, and it fires. I'm going to put it back on number 3, and then we're going to expand the view so you can see exactly what that pattern is doing. So what I'm going to do is we're going to expand it out a little bit. We're at 20 milliseconds now. Let's stick it at, what does 200 look like? All right, let's stick it at 500. You'll get a bunch of them in there. We'll take a picture of this so I can show it to the customer. What's happening is it's ramping it up, and then when it goes to fire, it's just kind of, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm tongue-tied. It should be a crisp firing line. That's either coming from the computer or a bad cool. What I'm going to do is switch them out. If it moves over to the number 4 cylinder, we know we got a bad cool. If it stays on number 3, we know we possibly have a bad ECM. So let me get these cools swapped out, and we'll take a look at it. So check this out. I went to move the connector wire, and it smoothed right out. Let me show you what I found. I'm not sure if you guys remember earlier, but some of these, I was showing y'all, some people have been in here before because they were broken. This one here, as I ran, it backed up a little bit, just a little bit like that, very little. And look what happened. Just me moving it a millimeter, now the fire is like that. I'm gonna put it back in, up tight, and now we're looking good. What I need to do is call the customer, see if he wants me to replace the connectors, or does he want me to try to fasten them up the best I can. I got a feeling he's gonna go with option 2, but let me call him and see what he wants to do. So I was talking to the customer. At this time, he don't want to replace any connectors. He might do it later on. He said just try to get them up best we can. So I got them up as tight as I could, and I wire tied them on there. They're not gonna go anywhere. But we're on our test drive. Everything's looking good. No check engine lights. Got plenty of pep. We're going to take this thing up on the interstate and see what it can do. One of the things I was noticing in the codes, it said that inside the intake on this, there's flaps. They're flaps, basically. They open and close. Helps kind of regulate the air going through the intake. It says it's stuck open. And that's probably why the dealership recommended replacing it. But I got my hand down there. They're not stuck open. If anything, they're not getting the right command. And there's a sensor down there that vacuum goes to. That's probably the only thing wrong with it. All right, we're on here. Let's hit it. Let's go. We got some pep. That is for sure. 80, 90 miles an hour is about as fast as I want to go. Especially right now. Seems like every time you turn around, there's a state trooper somewhere. So we're looking good. Got no check engine light. Car runs good. Got plenty of pep to it. Was able to save the guy right about $800. And that's going to be nice with the holidays coming up. But that is it for this video. I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Catch you later.